Valentine's Day. Me and my man, y'all stupid for celebrating Valentine's Day. Me and my man, we celebrate Valentine's Day every day of the year anyway. He don't gotta do nothing for me on Valentine's Day. It's a man-made holiday anyway. Y'all dumb for celebrating Valentine's Day. Okay, sis, well, if it's Valentine's Day every day for you and your man, what he got you yesterday? What he got you last week? If it's Valentine's Day every year for y'all, I just want to know. Send the screenshots, send the pictures. Okay. It's a man-made holiday. Every holiday is a man-made holiday. Jesus Christ wasn't born on December 25th, but every Christmas you got your hand out looking for a gift, huh? You alive and kicking every day of the year, but you still planning that birthday dinner, huh? You eating good and cooking every day of the year, back getting bigger by the day. But you still looking for that baked macaroni and cheese on Thanksgiving at your mama house, right? Okay. Like, just say that man don't like you, sis. It's okay. Just go get another one. You'll be celebrating Valentine's Day by next year. Just get a new one. I don't want to hear that bitter Betty stuff this Valentine's Day. Like, like, girl, keep it to yourself. We don't want to know how that man don't like you.
Okay. So we're back. Okay, I'm just gonna get into this one. Welcome everyone once again. For those that are new here, welcome as well to K Podcast. So we're gonna be talking about the excuses that men give. A girl, I have had excuses all year. But my first you know, advice is gonna be if he on Valentine's Day does not have a valid reason with evidence that he's not around on Valentine's Day, then girl, you better find you another man. That is it. Because we're going to be talking about the excuses that men give on Valentine's Day. And it is ridiculous. And I'm going to start with this by saying from the start of your relationship, from the beginning, if he ever, told you that he didn't have time, especially when you two wanted to do something special together, and he comes up with an excuse. Let's say he promised to buy you a car the next day, and then he said he's sick or something, and you don't see the car. Or he promised to take you out on shopping, and then he calls you a day before and be like, oh my God, this and this happened, so I couldn't come. And he always postpone your dates. That is not a man that really likes you like that. I posted on my community a post that if a man doesn't make you feel like he's the best thing that ever happened to you, then it's not the one. Like, seriously, he's not the one. If he makes you doubt yourself, if he makes you question yourself, you're with the wrong one. It doesn't matter how much you talk to yourself about it, as long as there's that, confusion within you, it's not gonna help. So, yeah, I'm gonna go on and bring up the first Valentine's Day excuse over here that we had, and she said it so well. You know what? Let me just bring it up. Let me look for the video over here because we're gonna get. I think this video is gonna take a little bit long because I have a lot of videos. And by the way, later on I will be putting this video up in my membership only. So if you wanna see it, if you want to continue seeing it, I'm gonna leave it up here for at least 5 to 7 or 8 hours so that people that haven't seen it can catch up. But later on I'm gonna just put it for membership only, and after 2 days, like I said before, I will post it in a video format so you guys can, for those that didn't catch it early, they can catch it 2 days later. So let me go over here and find this video. Okay, now this excuse over here, this one over here really got me. I'm not gonna lie. He came up, he literally said he's in jail before Valentine's Day. Goodness God. Just listen to this story.
I hope she was joking, but she was saying that her.
Hold on, let me take it from the start.
video, and I hope she was joking, but she was saying that her man, it was supposed to be her first Valentine's Day with him, and he just called her and told her that he won't be available because he got arrested, and that he's really mad because he wasted a lot of money. She said he had spent all this money renting a hotel room and decorating it and everything, but he won't get out until the day after Valentine's Day. And she's like,
Okay, hold on a second. First of all, so he said he rented a hotel room, he decorated it. So where is it? He can still have the Valentine's Day without them being together. He can send her the address where he booked this hotel so that she can have at least that special time. But no, she gotta wait until he comes out. Okay, let's continue.
it's really unfortunate, but we're really going to enjoy the day after Valentine's Day. Listen. When men offer you December 26th and February 15th, it's because they usually have a woman that they're spending that holiday with. So tomorrow on Valentine's Day, I don't want to hear that all of a sudden he got called into work. I don't want to hear that he fell asleep early and couldn't answer his phone all night long. He didn't break his phone. He didn't lose his phone. None of that. They always have all these excuses for why they can go MIA. If he goes ghost tomorrow, let him stay ghost. Because
Well, this video was made a day before today's Valentine's Day, by the way. Happy Valentine's Day, ladies. Happy Valentine's. I hope you guys are enjoying your Valentine's Day. I did something earlier on in the daytime today before coming back and, decided to do this video for you guys so that you can enjoy the Valentine's Day, excuses that men have out here. I enjoyed mine with my family. So it was great. Let's continue.
he's spending that time with somebody else. Don't settle for these scraps. If he's not available tomorrow, you can't reach him, you can't get him on the phone, he's not returning his text, then you know that you definitely are not number one. He's spending that day with the person that he loves. And if it's not you, girl, it's somebody else.
And she said it. The beginning of this video, I'm gonna have to give it to the intro because there are some women out here, they're like, oh, we celebrate Valentine's Day every time. And you're like, when was the last time you two went out and he bought you roses? When was the last time he took you out for shopping? When was the last time he did anything special for you? Since every day is a Valentine's Day, you know the crazy excuses that women will give so that they don't look bad. You know what? We got more. We got more today. So hold on, ladies. Let me go bring another video over here. He went to jail before Valentine's Day. Oh my God. I'm like, there are some lies that are out here that you like, you couldn't make up another lie. Like, I mean, at this point, they are out of lies, and it's just funny. It is funny, but not funny at the same time, because there are some women out here that really would believe it and be like, oh my God, why are you my first question would be, why are you in jail? Why are you in jail? Why are you in jail? What did you do? So I'm gonna bring up this other video over here. Why you should let a man invest in you, because a lot of women do not understand that men investing in them is lucrative and crucial. It's very crucial, because if he's not invested in you, who is he investing on? Money is very important. I say it time and time again in this channel. Money is the most important thing for a man. And if he can give you one of the most important things to him, that shows how important you are. But if you want to be out here talking about, this is love, this is not, we love each other, and I am not a materialistic person, I'm not a material person, well, you're going to be one of them ones that are going to come out here cry about how long, how you build him and all of that. And I got a video for that too. Hold on.
My attention that there are ladies out here who do not understand why it is so important for a man to be investing in them financially, even when she has her own. Do you know how heavy the weight of money is to a man? Do you know how far a man will go to make money, to gain power and status? Do you know that men are not born with value, that they have to go out there to create it? And how do they create it? By making money. Do you know how unfulfilled men feel when they don't have money? Do you know how unheard, unseen that they feel? And only once they acquire money, they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel like they can gain respect. They almost hold money like they're God. Now imagine this thing that he holds up here. Yeah? Imagine he meets you and he invests that thing that he loves so much, he invests it in you. He pours.
But you know the funny part of it is the fact that people be like, women like money, women love money. I'm like, projection 101. Projection 101. That's why I'm out here. I'll be like, if I see a girl dating a guy and she comes to me for advice, I'm like, girl, you better get that money. You better, because it's better for you. It shows the value, what value he has on you. Because if he's out here, because let me also talk about this. There are some women that will, they will be like, I'm the wife, but the husband is out here spreading the money for the side chick. Because they got a ring and they married. They're like, I'm the wife. If is all the properties on your name? I was watching a TikTok video of, an Arabian man talking to his wife, by the way. He was telling her he wanted to marry a second wife. When I heard that, I was like, scroll past it, because I cannot stand conversations like that. But I said, something in me said, you know what, let's see how respond in this. And he was like, why can't I marry two wives? Literally asking the wife this question. Why can't I marry two wives? And I'm like, oh, why can't she marry two husbands? The same question, right? Why? No, seriously, why can't she marry two husbands? But of course, a lot of men will be like, women can't marry. I'm like, that is all man-made rules and nonsense. Why can't she marry two husbands? But I held it for a while because I wanted to see where this was going. And he was like giving her all these silly excuses why he needs to marry a second wife. Oh, I will love the both of you. She will help you in things. Oh, and she was like, well, help me in things. And he was like, okay, see, I can get you, 10 butlers, build you a new house, do this and that. And once this woman said, okay, put everything in my name, he was like, who? It shook him. It shocked him. I'm like, yeah, I agree. You know what? You want to marry two wives? I agree with her. Because she was like, okay, I agree. You can marry two wives, but put everything in my name. I was like, who? Girl, yes. I was standing on her. I was like, girl is standing on business. She was standing on business. She was like, put everything in my name. He was shook. And he was like, oh, but we can't do that. And then he reversed, and then he just stopped that particular topic of getting a second wife. I'm like, oh, so you don't want to give her the money because this is nonsense what you're spewing out here. I'm like, it's nonsense because make it make sense. You telling your wife you want to get a new wife, and she told you, okay, since you love me that much to go get a new wife, put everything in my name. All of a sudden, we're doing the reverse. Like, I wish I had that video. I was happy that I watched it to the end because the start of that video already annoyed me. I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to watch this nonsense. But something in me said, let's hear and let's see where this is going to go. Where's this going to end? You know what? This is exactly why I'm always like, women, get your bag. I'm not playing. I'm really not playing. And I always tell women, if there is somebody you should love, it should be yourself. You and yourself. If you have a child, you can love your child too. But love, always keep it to yourself and your kids. Because a man can wake up tomorrow and all of a sudden he's falling out of love. You and yourself. That is the only person you have. You and yourself. At the end of the day, and you have to make sure that you're secured in every way possible. So let's continue.
Pours it in you. This is why, ladies, I try to teach you that if a man is not investing in you, he should be invisible to you. Because only when he's pouring into you, then you know he's serious about you. Then you know that he's serious about the relationship. And don't get it twisted, ladies. Like, you can still get, I know some men out here will finesse you. Even generous men will finesse you, like with a little chump change. But a man buying you flowers every week doesn't compare to a man that is changing your life, that is making your life better in the long run for you. If a man is not invested in you, he should be invisible to you.
Yeah, but leave it to Barbara, the builders out here. They will tell you, "Oh, you are a gold digger." When a man, you know, the funny thing about people calling people gold diggers is when a woman sides with a man and be like, "Yeah, she's a gold digger." I'm normally just looking at the woman. I'm like, "Girl, your life must be miserable." Wow. Like, whenever I hear a woman call another woman a gold digger for wanting things for herself, I'm like, "You must have a miserable life." I'm like that. I'm like, nah. You must be out here building a man or something. You must be out here building a man. So we're gonna go on into our next video. Let me see which one it is. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys reasons why you don't build a man. So this man over here, they're talking about, it was in a podcast. They were talking about a man that wants to leave his wife after she built him. So let me go over here and find the video.
After you helped him build, it's because, in my opinion, you ready? You are his reminder of his past failures. Did you hear what I said? You are his reminder of his past failures. He don't want to remember that he was broke. He don't want to remember that he was a bum. He don't want to remember that he had to always come to you about money. This is why you don't ever help a man build, ever. Because they will leave you for someone else that didn't have to do a single thing. And it's not her fault. And also, he would never tell her about his past failures. Why should he? Why should he? He think he made it. I mean, you're the one that helped him anyway. But he's not going to tell her that. And also, they will resent you for helping them build in the end anyway, because they know deep down that was never your job. They know that. Men know that.
And she was speaking on facts. She was speaking facts over there. So we're going to go. I'm trying to look for that video. I'm trying to look for that video that I'm trying to post in here so that you guys can hear this really story over here, because it was crazy. He don't talk about how his wife, built him up and why he is planning on leaving the wife. So like, luckily for me, I found it. Let me bring it up in here.
I thanked my wife for taking care of our kids and working multiple jobs to pay for my education. She invested in me and I landed a good job with a salary, and I soon fell in love at work. I texted my wife that I wanted a divorce.
Texted!
I texted my wife that I wanted a divorce and the house, and that she can take the kids.
Now, this is one of the reasons why I'm telling ladies, you want to build a man, you better get ready. Buckle up. Buckle up. Yeah. You better buckle up. Get ready. When you start building a man, I always tell women that do this, get ready. And they're like, "Oh, Karen, is not every man. You just hate him because we love each other." And then when it happens, it's like, "Karen, I should have taken your advice." I'm like, "Oh, now you want to take my advice? Well, wow. Okay." And these same women that build men up are the women that hate other women that actually do get the bag the most. because they're like, well, I'm over here building my man, standing by his side. Meanwhile, that other woman over there is taking all the money from her husband. He's taking all the money from her man. Why can't she walk? Why can't she, use her own money? All the excuses that they can use to shame you and tell you, oh my God, why are you taking so much money from him? Shouldn't you, invest and also bring money into the household? I'm like, not me. I'm not bringing a change. Let me tell you something, baby. It doesn't matter if I'm in a relationship or in a marriage for 100 years. I'm not bringing a penny unless we are broke. And then I'm going to lend him the money with interest, with something saying, hey, if you do not give me this money, I'm going to take this. And I'm going to take it so that he can understand. I'm going to take it. Let me tell you something. Being nice to a man out here is not going to get you anywhere. Have you seen how nice girls are being treated? Have you seen how nice girls? I saw a girl on TikTok talking about whenever she's rude to men, she gets attention and they try to please her. They try to come closer. But whenever she, wants to be normal and not be rude and not be, terrible towards them, all of a sudden, they got an attitude. I'm like, girl, oh, you just figured that one out? I figured that one out a long time ago. Niceness, woo? Nah, I'm not nice. I'm not.
I want the house as well.
Yeah, I want a divorce. I want the house. Take the kids. Permanently. I want a new life. I deserve a do-over with a woman who's on my level. My soon-to-be ex-wife launched a hate campaign against...
You see, this is specifically why we don't want to commit anymore. I mean, since I was, I think, 8 or 9, or maybe a bit like 13, let's say, I always told myself, okay, this dream of like getting married and finding the right guy who's just gonna love me for the rest of my life is not going to happen. And it's obvious, It's just like, I saw this video of a guy the other day. I'm gonna post it, saying basically that all men are toxic because nearly all men need to lose what they have to understand how precious it was to them.
And don't tell anybody I told you this. This is a secret. The most toxic thing about men, whether they realize it or not, they all have the opportunity to pull the baddest 10 out of 10 of all time. And a lot of them do. A lot of undeserving people do. And what happens? They fumble the person. Why? Because they think they've earned it for all the wrong reasons. Whether they think the person was with them for money or because they were such a jerk to the person. Toxic reasons. The bottom line is, only when they lose the bad 10 out of 10 amazing person, they fumbled the bag completely, do they start becoming the actual toxic individual in efforts to try and get that back, replicate that feeling. And do they ever again? No. Because why? I'll tell you why. Men never realize what they have until, that's right, until it is gone. The only way men learn.
I'm gonna say this: the only way men learn. I'm not gonna add some more mash. The only way I don't believe in learning as a human being, especially as an adult. You should have known from the start. But this is the thing: if you're waiting for a man to learn, it's gonna take you a long time, and you're gonna lose a lot of time. You are going to lose a lot of your time. You get me? Unless you have time to lose, I say go ahead. But if you don't, I tell women out here, it's not a bad thing to be single. If you want to be, if it's a struggle up, you can struggle alone. Struggle up by yourself. You and yourself can fall in love. Fall in love with yourself and do the struggle up whole thing. Yeah, and if the right one doesn't come, stay single. This is why a lot of people talk bad about cat ladies. Cat ladies know what's up. You see those women that they be talking about, oh, she miserable, she have 10 cats. Imagine that a woman decided that she rather have. This is the thing that society that makes me laugh about society, especially when they talk about cat ladies, women that surround with themselves with pets, cats, dogs, and they're single, is the fact that they think you being a cat lady or a dog person or having pets and not wanting a man is the fact that you all lose. I'm like, no. On the contrary, it probably means that she got standards. On the contrary, it actually means that she got standards and she's not settling for less. She's not settling for less. That's why she got cut. She's like, I'm not dealing with you. I'm not gonna waste my time and deal with you. No, I'm gonna go get me some feline out there, and I'm gonna be a cat lady. I love those women. And I respect them too. I love them. And there is another thing. If you talk to these women that have cats, pets like that, you understand, especially when it comes to relationship. If you talk about relationship with these women, they take you into a new depth. They take you into a new perspective. And you kind of start seeing things. And they start telling you about their experience and why they are single. And you're like, oh my God, I've had so much stories that I'm like, girl, I get it. I get it. I'm going to say this. I have high respect for cat ladies and dog ladies, whatever you want to call them. People with pets in general, especially women that are single with pets and they're happy with their pets. Because let me tell you something. If you can't bring anything to my life, you can't make me happy. Why will I want to put up with you? Why? Why would I want to do that? I'm not doing that. I'm not nuts. No, thank you very much. If I'm going to be doing struggle love, then I'm going to be doing the struggle love all by myself. Thank you. I can do it. I can manage that on my own. I can. Thank you for the offer. Yeah. Girl, of course. And they're very protective too. They're very protective. So we're going to go into the next video over here. Let me see. Whoa. I mean, today, I know like I said before, this video probably going to be a little bit long because, yeah, we're going to talk about this one over here. Is it, let's talk about the structure of marriage first, and then we're going to go back into, you know what, let me go with the Taylor Swift topic first before we go back into the structure of marriage, because we're going to talk about how, love has been weaponized towards women, how people weaponize love and tell women, oh my God, love is this and that. They weaponize the word just to get something out of it. So let me just bring this video up in here.
That when a man likes you, he starts spending. So here's a little tea. Rumor has it that Travis Kelce paid $1 million for the Super Bowl suite that Taylor Swift and his family was in, but here's where the shady part comes in. Rumor has it that he split the ticket when he went to the Super Bowl with his ex-girlfriend. When you're his dream girl and you're a girl he really likes, he up-levels himself. He's spending, he's doing extra brand deals, he's picking up an extra shift, he's driving Uber to make a little extra cash to make you feel like
with the travel Kelce thing. I don't think you really like that girl. I can't remember her name. A lot of people were talking about, oh my God, she's dating him. And this guy was making her pay her bills, splitting bills. And people were like, it's true love. Leave them alone. They're doing 50-50 relation. You see now? Where the 50-50 at? Is the 50-50 in the room with us right now? For all those women that are out there doing 50-50 relationship, let me tell you something. If he leaves you, the next woman that he leaves you for is not going to be a 50-50. And if it is, he is not ready. When he's ready, he's going to find one that is not going to be splitting the bill with. You get me? He's going to be spending. He's going to be spreading the money. And you're going to be sitting in the other side hearing about it. I wonder what his ex-girlfriend is probably thinking right now. I'm wondering, how does she feel hearing that he's spreading the money? Yeah. How is she feeling right now, knowing that this man that she's dating for how many years is spreading the money? The money is being spreaded. Man, if I was her, I would not show my face for a long time. I probably would be depressed. Oh my God. No. Oh, hell no. What? No. This is why I'm going to be sincere. I am not that kind of woman. People might be calling me out here materialistic, telling me I take my man's money and I take his money and I do this, and family members might be like, oh, he's spending the money on, Karen. All what Karen wants is what he gives her. He doesn't spend the money. Yes, I am the one he needs to spend all the money on. And I don't care if family members are out here talking about me. I'm like, yeah, girl, I'm taking everything. I'm taking everything. Because if I don't take that money, who is he going to be spending that money on? No, tell me. Who you want to spend the money on? Other than me? Girls, ladies, you're going to have to start using your brain in here.
Uber to make a little extra cash to make you feel like a princess and make you feel comfortable. Now, we know that Taylor has 1 trillion times more than Travis, but throughout his relationship with Miss Swift, Travis has moved from his condo. He bought a house with security so she can feel like they have privacy and she can be comfortable. He's buying boxes at the Super Bowl. He's a new man. This is why you dust men who want to nickel and dime you, because the same man will upgrade and up-level himself to a full protector, a full provider, full husband material for his dream girl, and you're worthy of it.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, Sun and Sunflower, yes. Yes, she helped a lot, but the spending, he's the one doing the spending. So the ex-girlfriend, I'm like, girl, this is why I'll be telling women, ladies, please, if he's out here not spending on you, you are not the woman. See, let me tell you something, ladies. Come closer. If he is not spending on you, baby, leave. Leave. Do not make noise. Leave. Just leave him there. In fact, if he's don't text him, just block him. Woo. And if he texts you or find a way to contact you and be like, why did you leave me? You're like, especially if he's a wealthy man. If he's a wealthy man and he's not spending on you and he wants to suck out your energy because that is what they live for, girl, and he texts you the next day and be like, you've not been contacting me. And you're like, well, I got a problem. Can you help me with so and so money? You're going to have to bring that money problem. Yes, you're always going to have a problem. And if he runs away real fast, then you know who you were dealing with. Then you know who you are dealing with. Ladies. Yeah, I heard about that too, that, she dumped him because he cheated. I mean, how many times have they been on and off? That is another thing. How many times have they been on and off? And homegirl was splitting bills. All of a sudden, now he got money. Then he didn't have money. Ladies, you're going to have to start using the money method. If you don't spend, you leave immediately. In fact, I'm going to say this, give them 3 months. And within that 3 months, if you don't get anything from them, within that 3 months, if you don't get at least 5K, because that's the limit. That's the minimum, not limit, minimum out of that man. And not only you get the 5K, but if he doesn't take you out shopping, buying stuff, cash in 5K. If he doesn't do that, girl, you best to take you back. I'm not talking about we went to this restaurant, because I've been hearing women go on a restaurant date and be like, he took me to this restaurant and then we ate and then he dropped me home. I'm like, and then what? Did you tell him about your problems? No, but he takes me out a lot. So you are eating food. Are you hungry, baby? I always ask women, I'm like, are you hungry? Are you starving? No, you're not starving. Okay, that does it. You better start. You better start looking for that bag. You better start looking for that bag, baby. Look for that bag. Because if he is not spending and he's just taking you out on a date, it's not gonna do it, baby. It's not. So let me go over here and bring up why, the weaponizing of love, topic.
The whole idea of love has been weaponized against women in order to get us to provide labor for free or without any kind of recognition or acknowledgement. Like if someone's a chef and they cook food for people, that's a job. And they're compensated for it and they're appreciated for it. If someone is a nanny and they take care of children, that's a job and they're compensated for and appreciated for it. If someone is a SW or even a mistress, they're usually compensated and appreciated for it. But when you become a wife, when you become a mother, you are not compensated or appreciated for any of these things. I don't have a good relationship with my mother. And the older I've gotten, the more I'm like, oh, okay. Even though I don't think she was a very good mother, it makes a lot of sense why she wasn't a good mother. Because what a thankless, shitty job for 98% of women who occupy it. And we're supposed to do it all with a smile on our face because love. Because you love your children. That's why you take care of them, because you love your husband.
I can understand loving your kids. I always tell people, love your kids because you brought them into this world. But loving a man, I might like you. I really, really do like you a lot. But love you? Nah. See, no, I cannot. If I catch myself doing that, I am somebody already in a relationship. I know what I'm talking about. No. He might wake up one day and start misbehaving. But the funny part of it is that if he starts misbehaving, my own girl already have backup plans. You think I want to sit down here and be like, oh my God, I don't want to leave. No, I'm going to leave because I'm going to tell you something. I got backup plans. You want us to separate. All right, baby. Over the years, I have been accumulating money on site. Ooh, and I happily leave you. But he knows that too. He knows. When they know, they know. Let's continue.
That's why you married him. That's why you feed him. That's why you pick up after him. That's why you forgive him. That's why you're romantic with him, even if you don't feel like being romantic with him. Because he has needs and you love him and it's your job to fulfill them. It's your job to bend over backwards for your husband and your children because you love them and that's your reward. If you date men, it's supposed to be because you're trying to find love. Any other reason would be shallow, and you're a shallow, vapid bitch if you have any other intention or reason to want to date a man. Men on the
Well, I guess I'm shallow. Well, I guess I'm shallow, and I am a proud shallow woman, a very proud one. Because when you're out here being broke and single, when that man leaves you, or you finish becoming Barbara the Builder, and then he leaves you, I the shallow woman, will be standing. If I'm standing close to you, I'm gonna be like, "Ooh, was that your reward? Was that the reward I was supposed to be getting? How are you feeling?" Yeah, I'm gonna probably be asking you the question. I'm a proud shallow woman, and I am a proud, materialistic woman, because I know what men really value is money, and I value the thing that they value the most, which is money. Men act as if they're not gold diggers for money either. They are. We're gonna gold dig together, but the fact is, I'm gonna be the one getting the money from you. And wherever, even if I have business, I'm not using the money from my business. No, I'm using your money for everything.
other hand, well, they have to ease into love. They're not so prone to love. They're visual creatures. They want someone who's super young. They want someone who's super hot. Love isn't so much their thing. Sure, they love their children, but not like a mother could love their children. Sure, they love their wives, but not like a woman loves a man. You see how love implicates women and lets men off the hook? Now, again, I'm not saying love doesn't exist, but kind of like religion, it started off being a quintessential part of being a human being and a very real thing, and it was hijacked and weaponized against the people that it was made to oppress.
Girl, I think she meant to protect. But girl, that's why we'll be out here talking and they be calling us terrible. They be like, "Oh, so this is your advice for single women?" I had one time on my I don't leave those comments up. I had one writing to me. "So this is what you advise, women to do." And I'm like, yes, that's what I advise them to do. You got a problem? Yes, I got a problem. I got a problem. This is not realistic. This is not good. These women are gonna die alone and they're gonna have cats. I'm like, ooh, no offense, but I'd rather they have cats than have you in the house. I'd rather they have cats than have you. No, I don't want them slaving away in the house for you. No, we are not doing that. So let's go to the next video over here. I think it's this one here. I hope it's not the same.
Is what society uses.
See, I'm gonna say this before this video started. Like I said it in my last video that I had, there is marriage and there is marriage. There is marriage where the man makes sure that everything is being taken care of, and then there is marriage, which means you gotta do everything that a domestic, somebody that is supposed to be paid for, is doing, and then he's still gonna look down on you. That is what I call marriage, not marriage.
Marriage is what society uses to domesticate women, to dull their senses, to reduce their intuition. Now, hear me out. I am not saying this is for all marriage, but in some marriage, a woman lose a sense of their self. They don't know who they are anymore. And if and when that marriage ends, the woman is like totally and absolutely lost because her senses, her intuition is no longer there. Now, marriage is good if you're the one who define what your marriage is and the sacred container that you want to build. But if it's the patriarchy way, it's to domesticate you. It's to make you into a good woman according to their standard. All right? Make sure you like and follow for more.
And there was no lie told in there. None. No lies at all. So we're gonna go into, because I need you ladies to understand this. You're gonna have to treat marriage like a business. Because I see some women running into marriage in here and without understanding why you want to be married, why you want to be in a relationship. Some women be out here just because other people are in a relationship, they want to be in a relationship, and they don't understand why they should or should not be in a relationship. Some people just want to be going out here being like, oh, I'm married, just the tag, just the tag. And within that marriage, within that relationship, they are suffering dearly. Why do you think there are a lot of divorce nowadays? Do you think that women are not seeing things? Like, look at society right now. Look at the amount of divorce. If marriage was so, glamorous, the way some people just want to jump into it without knowing what they are getting into, knowing the kind of man they want to be married to, just in the name of I am Mrs. This, I am married. Let me tell you something. This is why a lot of people are divorced. Look at society right now. We got a lot of divorcees. We got a lot of people that are divorced. So all that glitter is not gold. All that shimmery, the sparkles that they try to use in decorating marriage is not it. I'm just going to tell you now, unless you do your homework and you know the kind of person you're getting into that, union with, I'm sorry, if you're doing it for a tag, it's not going to help you. If you're going into a relationship with a man that cannot provide nothing, you're going to find out why a lot of women are out here divorcing. Because when you are unhappy for a long time, it will start eating you up from the inside. That's why I tell women, if you want to date somebody, make sure he got the bag and he treats you right. Of course, there are men that have the bag out here and they abuses. And if he behaves like that, I'm gonna tell you, ladies, like I said before, move along. You are still not the one. You're still not the one. Because if he maltreats you financially, you're not the one. Because he might go out there and meet another woman and he also, support her financially, but he will never be abusive to her. There are men like that. It depends on how you carry yourself and how the other woman carries herself. If she doesn't carry herself if she carries herself well and he sees that he has no opportunity in maltreating her, he's not going to do it. If he knows he's going to lose her, he's not going to do it. Sometimes men do things that women normally, without them knowingly, unconsciously accept. When you tell a man, this is my rules, do not break it, he breaks it and you still stay, I'm going to tell you this, you've given him the whole thing. You've told him, you can treat me anyhow and I will forgive you. And he will treat you anyhow. So if he behaves that way, leave and don't come back. I always say, I want to forgive him. I left, but I came. No, leave. Because you coming back is just going to make it worse. Some of them get worse when you come back. Some get worse when you come back. So let's go to the next video. Okay, this is I think this is the one of a man talking about marriage, and this is a video that I wanted to bring up in here. I want you guys to listen to this.
To talk about that type of shit. I want to hear you talk about it.
I mean, marriage is literally invented as the slavery of women. They called slavery of black people chattel slavery, and they called the slavery of women marriage. It was made up to trade women as property because patriarchy happened first. At the end of the Neolithic era, when people started farming, certain people were like, well, if we farm, then we need private property to say what land is mine so that I know what food is mine. And therefore, what we were doing before, where people had kids and everybody raised everybody, it's like, now I need to know what children are mine because I need to know who I can make work this farm and who I'm responsible to feed. And in order to know what children is mine, I need to know what woman is mine. And boom, you get marriage. And then that goes to Europe and then gets Christianized and then they use Christianity as a weapon, as a sword to hold to all of our necks to colonize the entire planet. The normative culture that we're all treated like is just regular when it's actually very new.
I mean, Brandy and Monica knew about it because they said the boy is mine.
Now I'm going to say this. Like I said before, there is marriage and there is marriage. If you're going into a marriage all because of a title of being Mrs. This, okay, this comment over here. Okay, she said he's with Taylor for clout. It's not an L on for black women. I never say it's an L for black women. I never pointed that out. I'm just going to say it's a learning lesson for every woman. It's not only for black women. It's for every woman to understand, because there are also women from other culture, other ethnicity out here that are seeing this. They are building a man, doing this, doing that, and at the end of the day, the man still leaves them. You get me? So all this video about marriage that I'm bringing up in here is because I want women to understand the fundamental function of all these topics, because a lot of women run around here talking about, I love him, I'm married and I'm this. See, I'm somebody that I'm married too, but hey, I'm not gonna be out here living foolishly, not understanding that there have been women that have come before me and they have seen it all for me to be a stupid. You get me? I'm not gonna look at other women that have gone through it and literally ignore them. I'm not that foolish. I love myself, so I normally take the advice. So we're gonna go in on another video over here. Okay, this is about helping him. Oh, okay, there is another video after this one that I am very happy to bring up in here today, but we're gonna go into that one after this.
A woman that did so much for them. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you didn't build this man up, help him with his resume, help him get a job, help him build a business, help him flip his money, help him when he didn't have no credit, help him raise his children on some you wasn't nobody before I met you type of thing, thinking that you're going to get a return on your investment, or somehow this man's going to be indebted to you and do right by you because you helped him with all his... He's not, okay? This is the same man that will go and find a woman who's not doing half of the things that you're doing and give her the sun, the moon, and the stars because she makes him feel like a man. It's just what it is. He didn't ask you to do all of that. And do you think he want to look at you and think like, oh, this woman helped me build my life? He's not your child, right? It just never works out like that. So do me a favor and save your time, your money, okay, and all of your energy, because it just never rolls around like that, baby. Either he's going to be like, thank you, peace out, or he's going to be like, I didn't ask you to do all of that. I didn't ask you to do all of that. It is going to be a conflict of interest. So you choose.
So, ladies, I mean, she said it. She said it, and I love what this is. One thing I love about these particular topics, because I get to bring up, evidence of other women talking, not only me. So it's not only my voice that you get to hear. You don't only get to hear me talking. I get to add into these topics. I get to comment on topics like this, and I get to show you what other people talk about, what other people say. You get to see the broader, topic, what it's about. So this other video over here was an update about a girl updating about the Valentine. What was the name? Not the Valentine's Day. The lady that I talked about last time, the broke boyfriend. Yeah, we got an update, but I didn't bring up a video because that video was so long. I was listening to her ramble on, and I'm like, girl, please. I went and got somebody else's that made the whole thing shorter and just talk about it. I'm like, I'm not gonna be out here listening for a long time, because at the end of the day, I heard that he was older. He was older than him, older than her, sorry. And I'm like, young men are not the only one that are doing this. Ladies, come over here because we got to talk about this. Do you know that younger girls, younger women are the one that fall into the trap of broke men the most, and most of these men are not young? I'm gonna say yes, younger men are broke too, but not all of them are broke. Just like the older men, not every older man that you see out here is rich. Just because he took you out for a dinner and he bought you a purse for $10 does not mean he's rich. He gave you $100 yesterday. No, that is not rich. And some of these older men be tricking these younger girls into relationships with them, only for these girls to be in that relationship and then find out, oh my God, he doesn't have nothing. He has nothing to offer me. And many of the times is when it is already too late. Most of the times.
A video last week saying that her boyfriend was broke, but she really, really likes him. And she went on ahead to explain, he's so broke, but I really like him. What should I do? So yesterday she gave us an update on a relationship, and it's a 10-minute video. So I went ahead and watched it. So y'all got to. Well, I watched 3 minutes of it. I could only stomach 3 minutes before I started to get physically sick while watching it. So let me just run through.
Girl, I was like, girl, you rambling for a long time. What is it? What? Give us the tea. And then she was talking, and I was like, I can't. Please, I'm moving on. It was really long.
What we need to know. They broke up. He's seen the video. She's 30, he's 40. They dated for 2 years. In the beginning, they just stayed at his house most of the time because she's low maintenance. These are her words. I'm not even putting 50 on a food stamp. Normally I do, but she said this verbatim. I wrote it down. It's right here. She low maintenance, so they just stayed in the house. And then after a while, she got bored, and she's like, I want to do stuff. But she started planning it. But he was in so much debt that she felt bad when he went to go pay.
But she said she was low maintenance. Oh, well, she found out. Because I'm going to say this. At the end, she was even talking about how she, her ex-boyfriend had money, but he was abusive. And I'm like, so he had money, but he was abusive, and you didn't move on to somebody else that had money that wasn't abusive? Well, at least she did say she was low maintenance. So probably that one that had money noticed that she was low maintenance and just treated her like trash, which is not good. Don't be out here putting yourself down for any man and calling yourself low maintenance. There is no woman on this planet that is low maintenance. You get me? There is no woman on this planet that is low maintenance.
That she was like, no. I'll use my credit card because we're going to spend forever together anyway. So I want you to get out of debt. So I'll pay with my card. So she always paid for everything. Then he lost his job and she had to help him pay his mortgage a few times. And then when he got on his feet, she didn't want the money back, or he didn't repay her back, and she not tripping because she thought, we're going to spend the rest of... I'm getting physically sick again. I don't know if this is a joke. I don't know if this is a joke, but if she playing with me right now, she gonna have to get off the internet too. I'm sorry. If this ain't real, she gonna have to get off the internet. Bringing this on the internet. Anyway,
Girl, I'm gonna say this. I couldn't stomach it. She was talking ramble. I'm like, girl, no, I can't. I was just I understand why she's sick. I was feeling almost the same way last night when I was watching the video. I was like, you know what? No, I can't do this. I better go find somebody else that is gonna talk about it, because whoa, was she rambling? And I'm like, girl, what is it? Tell us what happened. Tell us what happened. Okay, this one over here is about a girl that talked about a guy promised her a car just for her to get excited. She was like, oh my God, he's gonna buy me a car, and then gave him the cookie. She was like, oh my God, the guy promised her a car. She was like, he's gonna... Ladies, if they're out here promising you stuff and they don't bring it, let their actions speak louder than their words. You get me? Let their actions speak louder than their words. Because if he's out here promising you stuff and don't buy it, don't bring it, you get to, walk away too. I mean, yeah. Because she was so happy about this man buying her a car that she gave him the cookie and thought he was the right one. I'm always like, this is what I always tell ladies. That's why I say the 3 months rule. Get everything you need to get around that 3 months. And if he doesn't bring it, let him go. Leave him alone. He's not about to be the one that's going to make you happy.
He promised to buy me a car. I had really wanted this Mercedes truck at the time, and he had promised he was going to buy it for me. He took me to even go look at the cars and car shopping and everything, and just him saying it and pretending as though he was going to do it made me think that he truly was going to do it. So I gave a lot more of myself to him just based off of those promises that he...
First mistake. First mistake, baby. You do not do nothing until that car gets there, until they take action. First mistake you did was taking the promise and be like, oh my God, he said he's gonna buy me a car. Oh, I better go over there and kiss some more ass so that I get that car. See, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how many times you smoosh those asses of his. Yeah, he can turn around and be like, no car. So I normally advise women, if they promise you something, you know what? I always tell women this. Whenever they promise you something, that is the time you become the most strict. You get me? That's the time you become the most strict. You become the most unavailable until that thing arrives. That's the time you're like, we are not spending much more time. You know what? You promised me this. You remind him that he promised you this. You remind him that that is what he promised you. Until that thing arrives, don't be out here because somebody promised you a car. You jumping around being like, oh my God, I gotta get a car. No, wait until that car arrives. Wait until whatever they promised you arrives.
He made me, and in the end he did not follow through with that promise, and I felt stupid, I felt used, and it was a huge learning lesson for me not to take any man's word, to only pay attention to his actions. And also, that is where I came up with the power of reaction. Do not react before you receive the promise, before you receive the thing, because a lot of time all they want is the reaction. All they want is for you to smile and get all excited, and then your energy shifts and you're wanting to do more because you're so excited about the thing, and you feel like you're in heaven because you're going to get this thing that you've been wanting. And his mission was accomplished. He is getting what he wants and doesn't even have to deliver on the thing. Your energy is not on credit. He needs to pay cash for it, which means what he says.
I'm just gonna say this: a lot of women are learning, but this is the thing: we learn the hard ways. Some women like learning the hard way, and it is so terrible. It is sad that a lot of women have to learn the hard way. Meanwhile, you could just do it the easy way. Don't be out here believing on promises. It's exactly the same way when he comes around, be like, I love you. You probably should be standing over there and be like, See, don't you even, I tell women, if you say I love you, unless you're married, if you're married, you can tell them I love you too. I love you, by the way. I'm just using love you, as fun. So if he comes around and be like, I love you, and you're not married, he has not provided nothing on the list that we've been talking about in this podcast for the last how many years have I been in here? 2 or 3 years? And he has not provided nothing for you, girl. The I love you, that I love you, that he's telling you, that I love you is I love you. I love you. It's not I love you. So don't be excited out here.
It has to be tangible. Until it's tangible in your hand, it does not exist. And don't treat it like it exists. Don't even get excited about it. Just say, oh, okay, that'll be nice. Simple as that. Nothing more. And if he wants that positive reaction from you, if he wants anything more from you, he's going to have to deliver to get that.
Oh, they're out here learning the hard way. But it's a good thing. I'm gonna say it's a good thing that channel like mine exists and other channel that actually advise women to take caution, when entering relationships. Because I'm gonna say this: I am proud of myself for having this channel and at least talking about topics like this, because I feel like somebody's that needs these videos they're gonna come across it someday, and they're gonna need advice, and they're gonna want to know what to do if they're confused, and they're gonna take the advice. That's the one thing that makes me happy every time I come online, and talk about it. So we're gonna go to the next video. Okay, now this one over here is very, very interesting, ladies. This one is very interesting. It's about a guy finding out that he couldn't do his own house chores. He couldn't clean. He couldn't do nothing at home. When he realized that women do a lot at home for men, and they don't get paid. You just get a ring and that's it. So let me bring up this video over here.
That living on your own is almost impossible. Do you know how many tasks daily you have to do to live? No? Well, I'm going to tell you. Dishwasher, washing machine, making the bed, which I've not done yet because it's in the washing machine, trying to keep the bathroom tidy, trying to keep the spare room tidy, which isn't working, trying to keep the living area tidy, general cleaning of the kitchen area, keeping the fridge full, which is not, emptying the bins, which I need to do, hoovering, but it's always out of charge, constantly going round and turning off lights that you left on, figuring out if this much heating is going to cost me £1 million a month, turning off sockets when you don't need them, picking up random glasses that you used probably about 2 weeks ago and haven't yet removed from the bedroom to put in the kitchen area, watering plants that I...
No. Oh, you must be joking with me. You know what? I'm out of words. I'm out of words because I'm like, this is the thing. He didn't figure it out, but he's figuring it out and he's, making these videos. And do you know how it sounds as a woman sitting down here listening to a man talking about how it's not easy living alone, that he got to clean up after himself? This, like I said before, there is marriage and there is marriage. There is marriage and there is marriage. I'm sorry. I don't clean in my house. I don't. There is somebody that is being paid for that. So in his head right now, he's like, oh my God, I got to do all of this. Are you thinking about, employing somebody to do all that job? Are you planning on getting a girlfriend that will be slaving away for that, all of that? Because if she's... No, on a serious note, I am one of those women that would normally advise women not to do house chores. Yes, I do. I'm one of the bad ones. Yeah. I'm one of those ones that advise women not to do house chores. What are you? The house cleaner or the wife? What are you? The house cleaner or the wife? You're going to have to decide at one point. Are you the house cleaner or are you the wife? Because this is the thing. This is the thing people talk about marriage. But whenever we come up here and talk about it this way, oh, we the bad guys. Because you're supposed to be slaving away because you're married, all in the name of marriage. Get this. Oh, goodness God.
Do not care about. Don't tell me plants have feelings. It is currently 10 a.m. All I have done is work. And now I have to do housework. Housework. Moral of the story. Don't live on your own. Live with a friend. Live with a partner. Split the tasks. Divide them evenly. Otherwise, you're going to just start crying because you have so much to do.
Oh, this boy gonna make me choke on my wine, Lord. Oh, he's gonna make me choke. Split the tax. And when you talk about, when I see women out here talking about their husbands don't help in the household, what split that? They don't split. He doesn't look like a guy that would split the tax. He looked like a guy that would take advantage of you clean. Yeah. He looked like one of the, have you heard him complaining? Does he look like a split the tax kind of guy? Live with a partner. I'm pretty sure you're looking for a partner right now. Because all of these things he gotta do. Ladies, nah. And this is why I've been talking about don't date no broke man that cannot pay for, cleaning service. And people be like, yeah, you're terrible. I'm like, yeah. If that makes me terrible, I agree. Then crown me queen of terrible. And I definitely do tell women, do not cook, do not clean in your first time, unless you're for a long time. I'm not going to say I don't cook or I don't clean, but I really don't do it a lot. Cooking, yes, for my kid. I do it because I have a child. Cleaning, hell no. No, I don't. I don't. That's why some family members out here be talking about, I'm just over here munching on the money and he's spending all the money and this, I'm a bad wife because I do nothing. I'm like, yeah, I'm a proud bad wife. I am one of those them proud ones. If that means if cleaning and cooking and doing all of this is gonna make me a good wife, I'd rather pass. Nah, I'm not doing none of that. I'm really not. That's crazy. So we're gonna go to the. I think this is the last video of the day. Let me see. I don't know if I brought up this video yet. Let me see which one this is.
He
Yeah,
promised
I have
to
definitely brought this one up. So I'm not gonna be repeating that video. Let me see. There is one more video. I don't know. Oh yes, this video over here. This is gonna be one of the last videos for today, ladies. I hope you all enjoyed these.
Desire. Either a person wants you and they'll.
What I'm gonna play this from the start because she made a lot of sense in here.
There's no negotiating desire. Either a person wants you and they'll show it. They're impartial to you and they'll show it. Or they don't want you and they'll show it. Save yourself the heartache. Hear their words. Believe their actions. Boundary up. Hope this helps.
That is just beautiful. That was a beautiful message, a very beautiful message. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say this. Thank you all for being with me, staying with me for this long, for 1 hour, 11 minutes and 30. I mean, 40, well, the time is going. I'm probably going to say 45 seconds. For staying with me this long. And do not forget to press that like button, subscribe. This video is going to be up for at least 7 to 8 hours before I put it in the membership only page. And later on, after 2-3 days, I'm probably gonna put it back in the channel as a video format. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna say this. Thank you all. Do not forget to support me. You know, the membership is only $4.99. And if you want to keep on seeing your favorite videos, especially when it comes to relationship, because the relationship videos, I'm going to be putting them in the membership from now henceforth. But every other video, I will be doing other videos as well. So you guys can always catch on. And yes, I'm going to do live. If you catch me live, you can see the membership video before it goes up there. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say this. Thank you all for being here. Do not forget to press the like button, subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day and goodbye.
Valentine's Day. Me and my man, we celebrate Valentine's Day every day of the year anyway. He don't gotta do nothing for me on Valentine's Day. Y'all stupid for celebrating Valentine's Day. Me and my man, we celebrate Valentine's Day every day of the year anyway. He don't gotta do nothing for me on Valentine's Day. It's a man-made holiday anyway. Y'all dumb for celebrating Valentine's Day. Okay, sis, well, if it's Valentine's Day every day for you and your man, what he got you yesterday? What he got you last week? If it's Valentine's Day every year for y'all, I just want to know. Send the screenshots, send the pictures. Okay. It's a man-made holiday. Every holiday is a man-made holiday. Jesus Christ wasn't born on December 25th, but every Christmas you got your hand out looking for a gift, huh? You alive and kicking every day of the year, but you still planning that birthday dinner, huh? You eating good and cooking every day of the year, back getting bigger by the day. But you still looking for that baked macaroni and cheese on Thanksgiving at your mama house, right? Okay. Like, just say that man don't like you, sis. It's okay. Just go get another one. You'll be celebrating Valentine's Day by next year. Just get a new one. I don't want to hear that bitter Betty stuff this Valentine's Day. Like, girl, keep it to yourself. We don't want to know how that man don't like you.